The Rockford Peaches by Caroline Kittrell, Sydney Ladaga, Lexie Schulz, and Catherine Taylor.
Our thesis is that the Rockford Peaches was a huge turning point in women's rights, and they changed the view of women as a whole.
The Rockford Peaches was an all-girl Major League Baseball team that played in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League.
The league was created because most of the men that played Major League Baseball were serving the country overseas during World War II. Wrigley believed that the women were the key to saving Major League Baseball. 4 cities were chosen to play in the league, including Rockford, Illinois, home of the Rockford Peaches.
The 1992 film, A League of Their Own, directed by Penny Marshall, depicts the Rockford Peaches. A clip from this movie, There's No Crying in Baseball, showed that this was the first time these women were treated strictly and not as pretty housewives.
They played in a stadium in downtown Rockford that was known as the Peach Orchard. This stadium was only home to the Rockford Peaches during the existence of the league.
The first year the Peaches played, they weren't very good. They had a record of 35 wins and 57 losses. 2 years later, they pulled it together and became national champions in 1945. 3 years after that, they went on to win 3 consecutive national championships in 1948, 1949, and 1950.
The team roster for the original Rockford Peaches, who played in 1943, is Marjorie Peters, Muriel Coben, Mary Pratt, Olive Little, Helen Nelson, Dorothy Green, Mildred Warwick, Eileen Burmeister, Dorothy Kamenchik, Gladys Davis, Irene Runk, Betty Jane Fritz, Marjorie Hood, Bereth Malene, and Betty Jane Moksinski. Before the Rockford Peaches, men dominated in sports. Society believed men were the only ones capable of participating in physical activities.
After society realized that women are capable of participating in sports, today softball is one of the most common sports played in America, which is the female version of baseball. Also, the WNBA is a female professional basketball league, which is often talked about in the news and in society.
This event was a huge turning point in women's history. It was one of the first times that the women were given an opportunity to participate in something that used to be strictly male. Before the Rockford Peaches and the other teams that participated in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League stepped up and took the opportunity to play for men, society would have never thought that women could play baseball, a sport that is very male-dominated. The women stepped up in the time of crisis for their country. Major League Baseball was going under, and the once believed useless women were the ones who saved it. Without these Peaches, Major League Baseball might not still be a huge part of Americans' lives today in 2012.
The statement that the Rockford Peaches made when they took over the role of the men was that women can and are able to do the same things men can do. This statement also helped with women's rights in 1943. It showed that women are capable of doing things just as well as males can do them. The Peaches proved a major point in history.